Welcome, dear children, to the continuation of dimensional analysis. In the previous class, we were discussing how to find the dimensional expression of different physical quantities, constants, etc. Now, actually, the method of dimensions help us in finding or in obtaining some physical relations and also in checking the correctness of a given equation. Not only for that, there are other uses also, like helping us to convert system of units from one to another. Like that, there are many applications of dimensional analysis. And the main theory which help us to do this is the principle of homogeneity of dimensions. Now let's discuss what is principle of homogeneity of dimensions. The principle of homogeneity of dimensions states that an equation is dimensionally correct if the dimensions of the various terms on either side of the equation are the same. This principle is based on the fact that two quantities of the same dimension only can be added up and the resulting quantity also possess the same dimension. That is, in the equation x plus y equal to z, the equation is valid only if the dimensions of x, y and z are the same. So this is the sum total of principle of homogeneity of dimensions. So it has got two parts. The first part says that a given equation is dimensionally correct only if all the terms in the equation has the same dimensions, whether it is on left hand side or right hand side. Or in simple words, we can say dimensions of the quantities on left hand side should be equal to the dimensions on right hand side. That's what the first part says. The second part says that only the physical quantities with same dimensional expression can be added or subtracted. You cannot add, for example, I am telling you cannot add a physical quantity which is force, you cannot add it with energy like that. So on dimensional basis, we have to check and only the similar quantities can be added or subtracted. That's what it is written there. If x plus y equal to z, that equation is valid only if all the three, that is x, y and z, have the same dimensions. Then only that equation is said to be correct. Now let's discuss the applications of dimensional analysis. The first application is checking the dimensional consistency of equation. That's what we mean by checking the correctness. So one example we have taken, one equation. This equation you will study in next chapter, motion in straight line. So what is that equation? Xt is equal to x0 plus v0t plus half at square. Xt is equal to x0 plus v0t plus half a t square. You are asked to check the correctness of this equation. Now, what are the terms involved in that equation? Here xt stands for position at time t. X0 is the initial position we say, that is also at time t. So what type of quantities are they? Xt and x0 position means it is length itself. So xt and x0 have the dimensions of length. Then v0 is initial velocity, a is acceleration and t is time. So these are the terms involved in that equation. Now we are finding or we are checking the correctness of this equation. So according to the principle of homogeneity of dimensions, the equation is correct only if all the terms on left hand side and on right hand side have the same dimensional expression. So that's what we are checking for. So we have the dimension of xt is equal to L, that is xt has the dimension of L. x0 has also the dimension L, that is 1 in L. Now V0t, so it's a product. So dimensional expression of V0 into the dimensional expression of t. So Lt raised to minus 1 into t, so that is equal to L. Now half a t square. So the thing is, this half is not having any dimensional formula. Only a t square will be having. So acceleration has the dimensional expression Lt raised to minus 2, and t square has the dimensional expression t square. So Lt raised to minus 2 into t square, it gives L. So that also has L. Okay, so what is our conclusion? Coming to this side, so dimensional expression of xt is equal to that of x0, that is equal to the dimensional expression of v0t, and that is equal to the dimensional expression of half a t square. That means all the four terms in the equation have the same dimensional expression. So what is our conclusion? The given equation is dimensionally correct. Very important, you have to add that word dimensionally, because there is a problem with this dimensional analysis, because I said no, in this equation, this half a t square, this half is not having any dimension. So from the method of dimensions, we are not getting any information about these constants. So in this equation, even if it is a t square, we will get the equation to be correct, because that half is not important there. Got it? So even if the equation is dimensionally correct, we cannot say that the equation is physically correct. But all physically correct equations should be dimensionally correct. If an equation is dimensionally wrong, there is no chance for that equation to be physically correct. Okay, if an equation is dimensionally wrong, that equation is wrong forever. Got it? But if an equation is dimensionally correct, we cannot say that that equation will be physically correct. So all dimensionally correct equations need not be physically correct, but all dimensionally wrong equations are physically wrong. Now we will discuss example 215. Let's consider an equation half mv square equal to mgh, where m is the mass of the body, v its velocity, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height. Check whether this equation is dimensionally correct. Now in this question, we have to check the correctness of the equation half mv square equal to mgh. So m is mass, v is velocity, g is acceleration due to gravity, h is the height. So how will we check the correctness of this equation? We have to find the dimensional expression on left hand side and on right hand side. If the dimensional expressions are the same, we can conclude that the equation is dimensionally correct. So for that, first we will find the dimensional expression on left hand side. So dimensional expression on LHS is equal to mlt raised to minus 1, lt raised to minus 1 square, okay, v square, so lt raised to minus 1 whole square. Half is not having any dimension. So we have ml square t raised to minus 2. Now coming to right hand side, mgh it is. So m for g, which is acceleration, it is lt raised to minus 2, and h is length l. So again we get ml square t raised to minus 2. That means dimension on LHS is equal to dimension on RHS, which means that the equation is dimensionally correct. Now example 216. The SI unit of energy is joule equal to kilogram meter square second raised to minus 2. That of speed v is meter per second and of acceleration a is meter per second square. Which of the formulae for kinetic energy given below can you rule out on the basis of dimensional arguments? M stands for the mass of the body. So the beginning part of the question is little bit misleading. You may think why it is given. Actually, you have to do it with the method of dimensions itself. No need of those units and all. So we'll be doing by the method of dimensions. In example 216, we have 6, that means many equations are given with the same combination K, M, V, where K is the kinetic energy, M is the mass and V is the speed. And all the equations we have to check dimensionally whether it is correct or not. So first equation is K equal to M square V cube. So the same principle of homogeneity of dimensions we are following here also. So dimensions on left hand side, it is of kinetic energy. Energy, generally it has the dimensional expression ml square t raised to minus 2. And that on right hand side, it is m square v cube. So m square l t raised to minus 1 cube, because here it is v cube. So it becomes m square l cube t raised to minus 3. So dimensions on left hand side and on right hand side, they are not same. So dimensions on left hand side not equal to that on right hand side. So the given equation is not correct. So pay attention. If it is wrong, you can simply write not correct. But if it is correct, we will write the given equation is dimensionally correct. Now the B question, it's given. Now in question B, K is half mv square. Even without checking, we know it is correct, but we follow the usual method. So on left hand side, this is, as we said earlier, right hand side m into v square. So m l t raised to minus 1 whole square. So ml square t raised to minus 2. So dimensions on left hand side and right hand side are correct, and hence the equation is dimensionally correct. Now in this C part, K equal to ma, K has ml square t raised to minus 2. Now on right hand side, m l t raised to minus 2. So ml t raised to minus 2, which are not same. That is, dimensions on LHS not equal to that on RHS. Hence the equation is not correct. Now in D part, we have K equal to 3 by 16 mv square. So when we find left hand side, it is the same on all the equations. Right hand side, see 3 by 16 is dimensionless. So we'll get it to be the same. That is, on both sides the dimensions are same, and hence we get the conclusion equation is dimensionally correct. This is what I said earlier. The information about the constants is not clear in the method of dimensions. In the actual equation, we know that constant is half mv square, whereas in this equation, it is 3 by 16. So, but we are getting it is dimensionally correct, but physically that equation will not be correct. Now, in question E, we have two terms on right hand side, half mv square plus ma. So, on left hand side, as usual, it is ml square t raised to minus 2. Half mv square also will get ml square t raised to minus 2. But what about ma? Ma will get ml t raised to minus 2. So here it is written half mv square plus ma. But dimensions of half mv square and ma are not same. Okay, so these two terms cannot be added actually. So that is against the principle of homogeneity of dimensions. So the equation is not correct. Okay, so of all the 5 equations given, only B and D are correct. The rest 3 are incorrect. then among B and D, we know only B is physically correct. D is dimensionally correct, but physically it is not correct. So that was the first application of dimensional analysis, checking the correctness of given equation. Only this much for today. Thank you.